It's only me. Hello, welcome to my kitchen. We're back. Wow, if you're wondering what this monstrosity is, bear with me. Let me get the secondary screen so I can talk to you whilst we get to work, okay? Oh Lord, how did I end up on this side of the internet? Okay, now let's go and get the secondary screen sorted. Right. My people, Lollipop, Carabo, how are you all? Great to have you in the chat. Thank you very much for being here today. The trouble of our doggy cake continues. So just so you know, by the time we finished yesterday, I just went back and I put a few of these in just to kind of give it creases and texture to the body. You will see it's nothing serious, but I think I can see a dog. Lollipop, you weren't here yesterday, were you? You weren't here yesterday. Great to have you. Where is our lovely Tabitha? I'm kind of looking forward to seeing her back again. Why? One thing I noticed yesterday, there was a lot of work and I almost like gave up on the chat altogether, right? So today what I'm hoping to do is that we can kind of catch up a little bit so I can catch up on some of the things I missed in the chat yesterday before we get to covering this. Because I'll tell you why. Because by the time I get the fondant out and start rolling this over, I have to work quickly because fondant dries hard and I am having to rely on the texture of the fondant to get some of the detail. So if I let it dry, it will crack and then it will, sometimes the cracking may bring extra texture, but you know what I'm saying. So I missed some of the questions yesterday. Yesterday, for instance, when there was questions being asked about why it's green over here and what I was using. The cake is just regular cake, albeit stale cake, filled with buttercream. And then the covering, the green part, is ganache. I am using ganache because if you've been on the channel, you will know that ganache actually firms up better. And the consistency and ratio of chocolate to cream helps keep the form of the object, because buttercream comes to room temperature and it's soft and it tends to warp the form of the carved item. So that is what I'm using. I'm using ganache, not buttercream. Also, why is it green? No specific reason. Because it's scrap cake, I am employing anything that I have that may not be of use, so anything extra. And I had some green fondant that was used, green ganache. Remember the cake we made for Rob's 80th birthday, the gardener and fisherman kind of cake? I saved the ganache. I do save my ganache for later projects, but more so for tutorials like this when I can recycle leftover elements. So that is what I am reusing over here, which is why it's green. There's really no rhyme or reason to it. Also, whilst we're at it, last night I made myself some gelatin ice. Now, right now, the gelatin ice may not mean anything at all to you, but it is what will help bring a realistic ice to the dog, because I have shaky hands and I don't paint very well. And even though you've been here before, you've seen me kind of fumble my painting. I can't blend the colors right, and sometimes things can get a little bit messy real quick. So for the eyes, I intend to actually get a printed eye of a dog, right, which has color, so it's already done for me. And then we will set the gelatin eye over it to give us the sort of dewy, wet look to the dog. I made this overnight and I filmed it slightly. It was late at night, about 12:30. I'm kind of thinking I can put the recipe in the description box for you to follow, or I'll link a closed video to that for you to see, because how I did this is really, really simple, but I'm aware that I did this post because the reason why I did it offline was because I had time, and I was also trying to organize. Plus, I needed the gelatin ice to set. So that was the reason why. I have the extra gelatin left over. There you go. So this, if I wanted, you know how gummy bears and sweets are made? Yeah, sort of a similar way. So the gelatin has set. If I want to reuse it, I can sort of put it back in the microwave or set it over warm water, and then it will melt back. So for those of you in the chat, Tapita, I literally was thinking about you. I will email you guys. Anyway, Tapita, good morning. How are you? How is mom? And how is life with you today? I hope life is treating you well, and great to have you back. Okay, now people, these are the gelatin ice. So I'll set those aside, but you know what? You are my people. I love you. So I'll find a way to bring this back so that you don't miss any aspect of the tutorials. Okay, that's all. With that in mind, I know Tapita did a great job keeping the chats going yesterday. I went back and I sat there this morning. I was looking at the chat, and yes, where Tapita can answer questions, Tapita and Nicola, where they could answer questions for me, they would, and where they couldn't, they deferred back to say they will keep asking until I see. And clearly yesterday I was caught up in blah 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 blah, and I missed it. So today what I'm going to do is try my very best to kind of get some of the tasks out of the way. And whilst the tasks are happening, right, I'll leave you in the good hands of Tapita and Lollipop and the entire crew over there whilst we get on with the task. And once I am done, I will leave the task, and then I'll come back and I'll make an effort to interact with you properly. Because I'm aware that you are also here for the interaction value as well, as well as for the chat, as well as for the task and the decorating. So great to have you back. I know Karibo is in the chat. There's Tapita, there is Lollipop. I'm not going to be able to type too much today because I'm pottering. It's okay, Lollipop. I don't think there's much to kind of do anyway. Don't you worry. You know what? We are all doing the best we can. So for those of you, Lollipop, you missed the fun yesterday. Tapita, I've got a story for you. You know what? When you were like a walrus, I saw what you mean. I couldn't click it because I don't know what a walrus is. And guess what? As soon as the live was done, big producer came in and I'm like, look at my people were taking the pee out my dog. And he looked at it, it's like a walrus. It looks like a walrus though. I'm like, what? Have you been talking to Tapita? And he's like, Google walrus. And I Googled it and I could see. So Tapita said, my dog went from a caterpillar to a worm to a little pig, Tapita, and a walrus. She had all sorts. So Tapita, you were right. I just say that to validate whatever you were observing. Big producer thought it looked like a walrus until I put the detail in, and he was like, I think I can see a dog, you know. So you know what? Let's get to work and let's get the fondant elements done. You will see that the cake is getting a little bit sweaty. That is fine. It does look like a hog, isn't it? Is it a hog? You know, the piggy on the fire. I kind of feel like I am trying to upset the animal lovers community, you know. Please, I'm not trying to upset you. We're just trying to bring a bit of fun to the awfulness that is a dog that we see over here. But never you worry. Good vibes, good morning. So you know what, people, let's get to work. But in the meantime, this is what we have to work with, you know. So I'll tell you exactly what I did post the live. I found the back was a little bit flat, and you will know that dogs, puppies or dogs, the back is not flat. Sometimes you have to kind of envision the animal or the object you're trying to create, right? So yesterday, if you noticed, the bottom was so flat, it just looked so fine and clean. So what I did was, because I didn't have extra cake, what I did was I applied some fondant like as body into it, and then I covered it with the green to kind of give it like a bit of shape over here, so that it will look like a dog that is kind of caved over, but it's not like spread its bottom out. I don't know if that makes sense, but by the time we cover it, you will see what I mean. Nicola, I am still mad at you because you are eating clean, you are eating healthy, and it's all great and fun. Now let's go back in here, and then I am going to pull some fondant out, and then we're going to get straight to work. Okay, I'm not going to waste time at all. Yesterday I spent time kind of mixing this fondant. We're going to go, because this is leftover fondant that I have, so that is what I am going to use. Right, I'll mix a bit with some white just to bring it texture. I'm not going to, this is where, you know, I will need my hands because it's a lot of work. But hey, I am not complaining. Anything for my people. Anything for my people. Okay. The fondant is just Tesco shop bought fondant. Do you know something that I thought about also? If you're ever not sure, especially if you're making hyper realistic things like this to bring texture, you can also use marzipan. You know, marzipan is not as elastic as fondant would, but marzipan works too. So that is just something for you to know. This is going to take a chunk of work and labor, but I'm here for it. So I will try not to complain about my lot in life. Okay, I will try not to complain. A bit of fat on my hand. Whilst we're at it, people, remember, in half an hour, remind me to put my phone to charge, the camera on which you are viewing, because I couldn't charge it overnight. We don't want and I just have one charger because my my son and big producer have gone out with the other charger. So if I don't charge, this thing will go off and the tutorial will be left hanging midway. Is it? Yeah. Marzipan is almond flavored. Yeah, it's made from almond. So you could use it for some hyper realistic. For instance, when I made, this is like 3 years ago when I ventured onto YouTube and I made a roast turkey cake. If you haven't seen it, I think I want to remake that cake again, because when I made it, it was amazing, but I had just started YouTube and the editing wasn't at its best for me. So I want to remake that cake again. But yes, when I made the roast turkey, I used marzipan because the texture of the marzipan lent very well to what I was aiming for. So, and if you wonder why this fondant is a little bit hard, I need the fondant to be this elastic and strong because I'm going to roll it out thin and I don't want it to tear, but I also want to rely on the texture to give some body to the dog or puppy, if you like. So, and the mix of the white in there is just to bring like different color to the dog. So it's neither here nor there. So I'm not trying to roll it out fine, but it's important that it rolls up evenly also. When you have fondant like this, use minimize the use of cornstarch or corn flour and use additional fat like Crisco or Trex in the UK. It will help you roll out the fondant better because cornstarch is going to dry it out because it's adding additional substances to it for you, whereas Crisco will help it to stretch out and also moisturize, add moisture to it for you. So this is the part of fondant work that I do not like, but hey, It's part of the course, so I can't really be mad. Okay, so now I have lost the white detail because I wanted a marble detail. So what I'm going to do is set this aside and roll the white fondant by itself and then run it through the brown. So we have a brown and white sort of dog, but the white or brown is neither here nor there. If I if I had a particular dog in mind, then I might be inclined to start with white and airbrush it to the color I wanted. I have my airbrush kit, but always, as always, the aim is to make the tutorial at least achievable and beginner friendly. So where possible, I want to minimize the use of professional tools and to make it super achievable for you. Even if you're not going to make a dog cake because it's still advanced, intermediate to advanced level skill, seeing me work with things you can use to can inspire you to try. Whereas if you feel like the tools used are unattainable for you, the chances of you even wanting to try is very minimal. Do you see what I mean? So, right, so we have the white. And Nick, I saw some of the comments you posted yesterday. Thank you so very much. Because I went back to the chat and Nick was like, I have seen some of Gladys's cakes in the past. You're super talented. Thank you, Nick. That was so heartwarming. There you go. So why am I doing this? There's really no rhyme or reason to it. I'm just finding a way to incorporate the white without mixing it in completely. Can you tell I'm feeling breathless already? This is why custom cake making is expensive. So you see, can you see the color of a dog already? Right? So I think we've done that. Then you clear the work surface. Fondant do's and don'ts. Make sure you don't have water or anything liquid on your work surface. That is really important. And if you roll the fondant together, let me get a dusting bag. Okay. See, when I was trying to mix the fondant, I didn't want the use of cornstarch, but I've mixed it now, so I just need a bit of dusting of corn flour over there. Anyway, let's go and roll this out. There's really no measurement to rolling this. You want to roll it as wide enough so it covers the entire thing, and this will work for me. I mean, for fondant rolling, you can have machines that will do that for you. Unfortunately, I don't have that. I just have my hands to work with at the moment. So remember, I did say I want to roll it out thick also so that I can create some of the detail. I thought somebody was knocking at my door. I don't know if I've got like what I need, but I'm going to try and at least see what we've got here. Okay, look at me. Sorry. Look. So the way I roll the fondant has begun to already affect the texture of the dog, but we'll see. Okay. See, when I said I needed to roll it thick, okay, did I have a knife here? Yeah. Let's see. Now at this point, if you have a question for me, Tabitha can answer it, or you have to keep the question until I can pay attention to you, because I have to work very fast and quickly to stop the fondant drying, because if the fondant dries, I can't do anything. So this is where I leave you in the able hands of the moderators and anybody who is happy to keep you company over here. Okay, I am so sorry. Let's get to work. Let me just okay. Oh, sorry. Right. Can you see what I'm doing? Okay, I think you can. This is the reason why I did a cake like this is intermediate to advanced is there's much of it is to do with technical work, as in you have to carve things and work with your hands and the tools to get what you need. So are you seeing my head or you're seeing a dog? Okay. Mama is on the live, people.
So she is. Yo.
Oh, okay. Right.
How's the woolworks coming along?
Please don't call my doggy a walrus. That's so unkind.
That
Okay.
looks like a sausage dog from this angle.
Thank you. You are so kind, Rio.
Oh, the name drop.
It's
know.
just a compliment.
I know. I love it. Thank you for being so kind. Your daddy is not being
Okay.
so kind.
All right, Rio. Let's put.
Don't be mean.
Let's put the fruit in the other fridge. Somebody. We need to.
Anyways, I'm not happy with what happened this morning.
Okay, we can talk about it when I finish, yeah?
Alright, let's put these in.
Somebody is not happy with dear
Your
mama.
blackberries, please.
I need a drink of water first.
Okay, I'll get you a drink of water. Just. I am being called out, people.
Who's Carbo Mesh Driller?
Rio, bring that back, please.
Oh.
And then I'll fill the bottle up with water when we go upstairs.
Alex says the shape makes more sense today. Of course, it always makes. This is what you call trust the process kind of thing, isn't it?
Let's go, bro.
Okay. This is what you call trust the process. It is. Look, even the bottom is not properly covered, but hey. The face makes sense. I can see a dog now. Can you imagine if I put the ears and the okay, don't worry, let me stop talking. If you can see a doggy, then I'm on my way. Except you're on your own today, people, because as you can see, the work to get this wait. We have some oval shapes here. You want to get them equal, but sometimes the way that, depending on the dog's mood and look, the face may look the same, but the eyes may look slightly misshapely from each other. So I have two balls here that I am going to slide in here so I can shape it into the eye. try and get, mind you, have I told you before that working with fondant tools is not my forte at all? I like working with my hands. So this is where you kind of shape things out a little bit, but I'm not going to be painting the eyes. Remember, I am going to be using a edible image. So I just want to get this as a filler, if you like. The kids are up today, so bear with me. Just giving the nose bit a bit of texture. This is where, I mean, I cannot see from your point of view. I cannot see. So if you have any suggestions, one second. Where am I? Okay, I'm back here, right? There, I can see 36 of you in the chat, but there's only 7 likes. Can I just politely say, if you're just joining us, thank you. If you're wondering what this monstrosity is, it is supposed to be a dog, but a puppy, but we are not done yet. We are just on our way to getting it looking like your favorite dog. So all you doggy people, do consider liking the video. Okay, please. It will be great support to us if you do. And I think the part where I said this was going to, well, I never promised this to be a beginner friendly. I think from the get-go, I said this is going to be an advanced, an intermediate to advanced level. And truly it is. Except this is probably the most detailed tutorial you will find on YouTube. You know why? Because I wanted to seek some videos out for research, and I couldn't, except for one that is it's in fast mode. It is so fast pacing, you can't see what is happening. So this is probably going to be, and the other video available by Side Surf Studio, which is Natalie Sive, is it Natalie Side Surf? She's very a very accomplished artist on the platform and very popular too. She is like the bee's knees of cake artistry anyway. She does all sorts of hyper realistic cakes. So by the time you get to watching any of her tutorial and wanting to even make a cake from her tutorials at all, then we're talking advanced level. So I say that to say there is really at this point in time no beginner level or detailed tutorial that is beginner friendly, and this is probably the only one you will find at this point in time. So I am just asking that you consider liking the video just so that you can support it to get to whoever needs to see it. Okay, now for those of you Tobiases and Sambalats who couldn't see what we were doing, can you see a dog? Can you see a dog? If you can see a dog, let me know. And if you think we can do something else to change it a little bit, let us know. I want to hear what you have to say, because this is from my perspective, you know. Oh. Can you people tell that I am sweating? I am not as scared anymore. Yesterday, I was a little bit scared, I will tell you. If you can't see me, it's because I want you to see what I am doing. So I am hiding at an angle here. okay? But you will see me in a minute when I finish carving much of what needs to be carved, right? Right, yesterday I was so scared because I haven't done this before. This is my first time. I was like, how am I going to even start this? Because, and that was also because I couldn't find any detailed tutorials to help me that I felt like could confidently help me. Because whilst there were tutorials like I've just mentioned, they are not as detailed to give me the reassurance that, you know what, you can get this done. Because then it required me having to kind of employ my own skills. And quite frankly, I wasn't so sure. But today, I almost feel like I can conquer a mountain. Okay, what am I doing? I am just trying to bring detail increases to the dog before we can move on. In terms of ability, I thought this was going to be hard in terms of the dog. I mean, I guess if I was making it a hyper-realistic standing dog or like a dog that was sitting, that would be harder. But because the dog is lying down, the detail that needs to be focused on is the face of the dog, which is what I am doing. But please do not bring me your dog cakes for me to create a hyper-realistic cake for you. I couldn't do it. I mean, this will require a lot of like skill over time to refine it so that I can create specific breeds of dogs. But I am happy with where we are headed with this one. Oh, Tara, you are so sweet. Tara says the ears will make it a dog cake. Yeah, I think so. I am feeling a lot more confident than I was, yes, because yesterday, if you saw me here, it was like we went from a caterpillar to a little Tapeta called it. Tapeta had so many forms. Tapeta was seeing different animals, and I was like, oh, can you trust me to get, you know what, I know I can always trust myself, but not everyone comes to promise you a dog cake whilst everybody is watching, right? That is the biggest challenge. Doing it whilst everybody is watching. That is hard. Okay. Okay. Whew. All right. Okay. Right. I want to pierce and pinch the nose, but I'm not going to do that now because I want to save that for later. I think when we put ears, we'll have a dog, right? Okay. Okay, so I'm going to leave the detail as we have it now. Okay, right, So I think I'm going to leave the detail as we have it now. Can we see a dog? What do you think? I mean, this is as much a group project as much as it is me trying to make a dog, right? What do you think we can do to the dog right now to kind of improve the face? So what I'm doing is I am just using the tool to kind of pick on this, to kind of press into the skin to get some texture. It's a lot of work to do that though. Oh God, why did I? And once you start, it has to go in one motion. Glad, because I don't want the let me see what I've got here. Let me see. Okay, I'm just using because once I start texturing the skin, I can't stop. I have to get to it. So you know what? I'm going to leave it as that for now, because at least now I know I can pinch it, right? Okay. Whew. Right. I can see, people, I can see 53 of you in the chat, but only 11 likes. All 53 of you. If I got like half of the 53 of you, all of you liking this video, that would be super helpful. So kind of be kind. You know what? I don't think you guys will mind if even we don't texture the skin. So let's focus on the details that will make it a dog and sort of do that. Okay. 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 Okay, I think we can leave the face now, shall we? Shall we move on to, say, the hands that will stretch out, and then we'll do the hind legs, and then we'll come to refining some of the details. What do you think? I think I'll leave the face for now. It's time to charge. Yes, thank you. I have already done that. The phone is charging. Let's make sure the phone is charging. Okay. Okay, right. I think I can see a dog so far. So let's move on to making the leg. How many? I'm looking and thinking. A dog has how many? Let's see. Okay, so what do you think so far? Let's see what you have to say so far to our doggy. Do you think we are closer to a puppy? Okay, I can see some of you going, yeah, great job. So this is our doggy. Now let's go make the arm here. As in, is it the one of the hands? Right, this is just fondant, and what I'm doing is just rolling the fondant. Okay, there's no rhyme or reason to this at all. There's no rhyme or reason, and I've made sure I'm using soft fondant. I've made sure I'm using soft fondant so I can sort of work with it easily. So it's the leftover fondant I cut up. I'm just mixing a bit into it, just so that we can get some texture. I'm not trying to mix it too much, and just so that I can get things equal, I rolled it, and as you can see, I've tore this into two. Right now, let's try and see if we can make this work. Right. There's no like actual skill to this unless you want to know what a dog's arm looks like, and then you can use a tool to kind of carve it. So let me get my pictures in. There you go. These are my guide photos. So there you have it. So all I'm doing is rolling the fondant. Who knew rolling a doggy's leg will be hard, right? You gotta get this right, glad. Okay, I'm getting a round ball, and then you get a sausage-ish, because this is the part you're going to carve the detail. You can either mold or carve this by hand. I don't know what I'm doing yet. Whether I want to mold it or carve it by hand. I think I'm going to carve it by hand. So what I am going to do is push this to the side. Okay, mold it into the side of the cake with the tools. Can you see what I'm doing? What I'm doing is moving this to the side. Remember, I haven't done the tools for this part, which we will come to in a moment, right? So because this is soft and tender now, I can go back and carve the detail. And you know, you can either carve the detail by how many a dog I don't know. Can you tell I have never owned a dog? How many is it the dog's toes? I know I sound so silly, right? How many toes has the dog got? People, help me out. My people, don't leave me out here by myself. Five beans and a 5 beans and a pad, I think. Okay. Okay, I know. Oh, okay, we have 5 beans and a pad. Okay. Is that right? I need to go find some doggy photos so I can do this right. 5 beans and a pad, is it? Okay, let's see. There is normally, I don't know. Okay, you are seeing a non-doggy person in real time trying to make a doggy cake. See, not everything we do means that we know what we're doing. I am so glad you can see me in real time. Okay, we have it finished. I'll come back and get that done properly. Okay, I'm just trying to get the proportions right. Okay, and then this one. Okay, we're not trying to make it so straight. We're not trying to make it perfect. Come and carve this. And then we're trying to get the other one. 4 and a pad. Okay. I've learned something today. I never knew that a dog's a doggy's it's not her arms and leg. And it's not fingers and toes. I was just about to sing head, shoulders, knees, and toes. So what are we doing? We have the other, what is it called? The legs or the I know I sound silly. I don't know anything about a dog, and I'm not about to pretend that I do actually. Okay. 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 So right. This one. Daddy. Shh. Can you see a doggy?
That looks
Yes.
that looks more like
Now
a
the paws at
walrus
the
now.
front, it looks great actually.
Now, do not troll me, you.
No, it looks great.
No, it actually looks like a walrus on the actual.
Be kind.
But from like the face
My-
angle, it looks like a sausage dog.
I mean, as long as it looks like a dog, that's a win.
It's a small dog.
Yes. As long as it doesn't look like a mouse or a pig, we're good. See? When the little person can see a dog, I think my job is done, because you're supposed you could interpret it to be any breed of dog. As long as you can see a dog, I think my job is done. That's where we are. Look, we're Prawn with her love of animal. Prawn, how are the birds? You know what? You know what's making me laugh? The fact that I call you Prawn and yet the name is the name of a bird, as in corky tail. It's kind of funny to me. How are the birds? Have you come back from your trip to the middle of nowhere? If my chatting is not coherent, it's because I'm trying to kind of keep you engaged whilst also doing this thing here that it requires my attention. Okay. Do you think we've got the hands? Is it the hands and the legs? Have we got the dog's legs right? Whatever. Is that the hands or the legs, people? I need help. I know that. Look, I make dog cake. I don't know anything about dogs, okay? I can't even pretend I do. I don't. I know nothing about doggy cake. Okay. Now we'll go back and we'll sculpt that. But how do you think we are doing here so far? Here is our guided image, just in case you want to know. Our guided image. And the other one, where is it? The other one. Here are our guided image. Are we close? Be honest. I mean, I told you, if I fail, you are all watching me fail. Okay? Okay, now I think I need this to be sure of how I want to. Sorry, people. Okay, so we have gotten see, when I tell you making a doggy cake is like intermediate to advanced, this is what I mean. Even the paws have to be oh, sorry, you have my head instead of okay. Okay, does that look like a doggy paw? People, I know you because I'm not engaging a lot, you are probably engaging with yourselves, but I can't see what I'm doing from your point of view. So please help me out. Yeah? Prawn, Lollipop, and the rest of you in the chat. Good vibes. If you're all here. Can we see a dog? What can I change on it? I need some help and some input. Okay, add some ears. Okay. But can you see a dog though? So far, can you see a dog? It's the angle that's making the eye drop. It's okay. You know, dogs' eyes can be a little bit funny sometimes. So it's neither here nor there. As long as we can see a doggy, for me, that's the most important thing. I'm just adding some texture here. People, bear with me. Let me close this door. Okay. Can we see? Okay. Now we need some ears. Is that all we need now? Okay, let's add some ears. Exciting time. Fondant. Okay. I'm gonna move back into the camera shot. And then I just realized for most part of this tutorial I was on that side, but it's fine. As long as you saw what I was doing. Okay, some color details. Yeah, we just want to, so consider this like sort of the skeleton of the dog, because if you cannot see a dog here, even if we add color, we are not going to see a dog. But if you can see color here, then of course my job is done. So let's add some ears. Okay, right. Now for the ears, let's see where I can bring it from. We have this and then that. Okay. Okay, so I've got the fondant. Just rolling it all together. And what I'm going to do is sort of cut it into 2 equal parts. And then we're going to start rolling this into the ear. The good thing about these this sort of cake is, even though it is a detailed task to undertake, you are not sort of limited by anything really. The mistakes can end up lending to details for you. Plus, we are not making a specific dog, right? It's not supposed to be tailored to a very specific realistic kind of dog. I mean, the idea is to get a dog cake, but the goal is to just create your own interpretation of a dog, right? So for most of these cakes, I am always pleased about their outcomes and turnouts, because I can sort of do and interpret what I can and leave out what I can't. Does that make sense? So there's really, I don't know how big. I have no idea about how big I want the ear to be. But you don't want to roll it thin. You want some form to the ear so that it will hold. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, that's a little bit far. I'm just measuring where the ear will be, just so that I can get some sort of guidance for what it looks like. Is it too big, the ear? That's one ear. We're not done yet. We're just measuring, sizing. Because remember, we're doing this without any template. So I need some help here. Can you see ears? Should we move the ears anyway? Help me. Too big. Okay, great. So let's chop some of the ear out. I'm just taking bits off. We'll see. Is that better? I mean, it's thick too, so I'm just trying to get the right proportion before I can. This is where, if I was working with what do you call it, pattern, it will be helpful, right? So remember, we haven't attached it with water because I need something that will help me. So we've got it smaller. What do you think? Here, that's one ear here. Thin it out. Yeah. The goal is to thin it out, but I'm trying to get the measurement so that I can thin it out a little bit. So now we've got that. What do you think? Do we have the ear side? Looks good. It should upward. Okay, and flop. Okay. Sort of. Are we? Is it this way?
Straight up, please, Ria. Come on.
Producers, I need some help.
What do you need?
Look at my dog and see what we can do with the ears. Size.
Cut it.
Okay. Is the
Don't worry, it's not a real dog.
I know. Is the size better? Have we got the size better? Because I need to thin it out, and then
Yeah, the size is good.
size is much better.
But you haven't got the eye.
Yeah. We'll come to the eye.
What's the issue?
Help me. Can you see the dog, the ear?
Yeah.
The proportions, are they better? Size is much better. Ear looks good. It should be upward and then flop over. Yep. Okay, we've got the size now.
Hands on the dog.
No, you can't touch that.
I didn't touch anything.
Okay, thank you.
I was just flicking now.
Okay, right. Size is much better. So shall we go? Let me just thin the edges of the...
Rio, dash.
Let's go and thin the edges out a little bit. Okay, we've thinned the edges out. Let's cut some of this out. Okay, and then thin it out again. Okay, right, so what we're doing is thinning out the ear a little bit. Okay, are we good with the ears? because I need to kind of like work the ears into this. Are we good with the ears, people? Okay, looks good. Okay, I need, okay, this is where I need some, okay, glue, and then, okay, glue. Okay, there you go. Okay, so can we see a dog? Okay, so there you go. Okay, right. Okay, so now we are trying to get the ear and the skin to be seamless. Okay. Prawn's battery died, she said. Okay. So this is where a lot of the work now requires hand detail. Okay. In carving a cake, your best bet is your hand, but of course I don't want the internet to come for me. So I'm just going to put a glove on because it also requires me to have wet hands because I am just trying to kind of soften the fondant a bit so that I can work the details in because it looks dry. So essentially, this is why a doggy cake is like advanced work, because everything else here from here on is all about using your hands to get the details right and to get form and proportions to the cake, right? Because now this is not something you will see on the internet, like, because I'm trying to kind of work this out in real time, you are seeing me do exactly what works for me, because how else am I going to get the details as I would like it if I don't soften the fondant, right? Because the fondant is dry. If I want to get the fine details on the animal, if I don't polish the fine details on the dog, how else will we have a dog cake? So there you have it. Can you see a dog? In the meantime, I'm going to cover the back. And mind you, we haven't done the tail yet, but that's fine. Okay, there you go. You could use, to be able to get the texture of the fondant right, you could also add, use Crisco. I have just forgone the use of Crisco for water so I can hydrate the surface, because the fondant also contains what do you call it, CMC, as in Tylose powder, so it makes it a little more fine. I wanted to create texture on the dog, but I'm not going to go for texture. I'm just going to leave, because the texture is going to take us too much time to create, and I don't want that. So can we see a dog now? I think I like my dog. For those of you who were hating on my dog. Okay, something you can do at this point is you can use your tools to kind of like work the surface. And then what I'll do is when I come to either painting or airbrushing it, I can just highlight those details as part of the dog's like characteristics, as in skin and fur. Remember, we were supposed to be suggesting the name of the dog so that we can vote for it in the end. So time to start now and again, like we did yesterday. Vote, pick a name that you would like the dog to be called, and then by the end of the tutorial, which is when we get the tutorial all done and our dog is all ready, we can come back, pick all the names, put them in a vote, and the best name will be the name of our resident dog for a little while. Okay, can we see a dog? I love this dog. Where are my haters? Tapata, I see you. Tobias. Okay, Tapata says Wally. Lollipop says Rufus. Okay, those are all cute names. Okay. It's a sausage dog. Okay. Okay, let's see. Yeah, junior producer was here for a moment. He's gone. He's with big producer. they have some activity to undertake, so they're gone. They did come by though. They were just walking past when you heard him, Prawn. What are we missing on our dog? What are we missing so far? I mean, we've done most things we need to do. What are we missing? We need to fix the eyes, I know. Ah. Prawn, you barely missed anything. He was just, unless you're not talking to me, I may be talking to myself, so forgive me. You barely missed anything because he was just taking a walk with Big Producer. And on their way, they stopped by and they made comments about the cake and just went on their surge, mother. So don't worry, you haven't missed anything at all. What am I doing? I am just adding some fondant to texture the skin of the dog. It's not really necessary. It's just because I have the leftover fondant and I'm attempting to cover the bits that I wanted to carve in the initial stages, like the bits where I wanted to kind of create the fur. But we have settled for a furless, as in a fine coat of a dog instead of one with coat. So I'm just adding the fondant bits to add color and texture to the skin of the dog. That's all. I wonder what its tail will look like. I'm just adding bits here to create a tail, but not much over there. Okay, people, can you see a dog now? What can we do better on the dog? Stop singing me praises and let's get to work. Tatiana, is Tatiana here? Is Tatiana here? See? Okay. Okay, there you go. Okay, I think I can see a dog. Can you? Tatiana, darling, how are you? And how is studies? How is everything going? How are you feeling today? Are you feeling a little less worried? Right. Okay, prawn. Okay, people. Okay, he seems to be like a turtle with a pulled in neck. Okay. So what can we do differently? What can we do differently? His eyes are throwing me off. That's fine. We'll fix the eyes. The eyes are a whole different task to undertake. We are not there yet. The eyes are a whole different task because amazing. Tatiana says, I've decided to take my time with the judging and just practice now, so I am not stressed. That's good to know. Well done, darling. It's great to have you back a little less stressed. Right? He needs some black, I think. Okay, we can add the black, except we need to let it sit a bit. Now, we can go play with the eyes a little bit. You see what I mean about the gelatin eyes? I made a few different ones. So that when we are done, we will kind of like... The eye is a whole different thing. You could decide to paint the eyes if you wanted, or go for edible print. And I decided to go for edible print because my painting is a bit sketchy. Okay, you guys have been here with me all this time. So when we put the edible print in, we're going to push the gelatin eye into it. Can you see what I mean by the gelatin eye? And then we're going to paint around it to get the airbrush look. So just so you have some idea of where we are headed with the gelatin eye. Like, I'm just going to scrape this out a minute just to give you an idea of what we are aiming for. So for instance, when we get the edible, oh god, look, I've gone and wet the gelatin. So you stick this in here. It's a little bit fiddly, but I just want you to see what I mean. The gelatin eyes are fiddly. Okay, so we are not done. I'm just showing you what it won't fit. Okay. This might take a whole new tutorial to do, but I just wanted to give you an idea of what the eye will look like when we get it properly set. At least I'm seeing the challenge of doing it. Okay, so when we get it done, like, we'll fit the gelatin eye in it and then it will set. Sort of. Right, so that's the goal. So let's get these eyes out first because we don't need them. We're going to create eyes for it. Okay, so I've gotten rid of the fondant eyes that are in there. Right, for now, but we will still need to fill the eyes when I come to fixing it, but we can't do the eyes just yet if we haven't painted the cake. So anyway, for now we have a dog, right? Do we? Yes, the gelatin, you would. I actually talked about it and why I did it. I made it last night, all but like at midnight. I should have been in bed and I was out here doing this. So here is our doggy, at least for now. It's not done yet. We haven't painted it yet because it's wet. Because it's wet, I can't do anything just yet. So let's leave it to set for now. And then RD. Hello. Okay, so that's our doggy so far. Let's clean up. Whilst our doggy is watching you. I know. it looks a little bit scary, but trust the process, I said. Nick, where have you been? These people have been tormenting me out here. I am kidding. They've been so lovely. We've been working on our dog all day. I said, right. For those of you in the chat, who is joining us for the first time? A lot of you are just everyday people, okay? Everyday regulars on here, and I know you by name. Let me wash my hands. Okay, now let's wipe our work surface. You haven't seen Asia. Yeah, Asia hasn't been here for a little while now. She hasn't, my darling. But she has popped round in the comment section to say hello. So I guess life has changed a little bit, and maybe she can't make the live, the time for the live, because don't forget also that the live times have changed for the school breaks, because normally it used to be 1 p.m. UK time, and I've had to make a daily adjustment. And at the moment, at least for this week, I have been making it about 3 p.m. UK time to accommodate childcare and a few other things. So perhaps for the different adjustment coupled with her own commitment, she hasn't been here. But I have seen her in the comment section, specifically when she's popped up to just check on us and say hello. So either you're here, and when you can't, anytime, people can still stop by. I think I sincerely appreciate the sense of community we have, that people can still pop by genuinely to check on how we are doing, you know. So let's kind of save a thought for Asia and hope she has made her exam. Like, if you're wondering why I'm in the background, it's just because I'm trying to tidy the workspace. I can't get it, the way the dog is lying there, I can't get it out of my head that it looks like the pig on the grill. Like, is it the hog? A hog roast. That's not a nice thing to say about my own dog, is it? Okay. Now let's get to painting the dog. Okay. I really wanted to make a puppy cake, and I feel like my first attempt isn't so bad, and I feel confident now if I were to undertake it again, I can refine the detail. Okay, there you have it. Right, so I mean, we have come to the acceptance. We have come to the acceptance that this cake is not a beginner style cake. So perhaps what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go for it and see what will work out. Bear with me. Okay, my black color has gone to sleep. We don't need a red. I don't even have a brown. No, we have. Okay, let's see. if it would make any difference. Let's see. Like I said, I could paint this, but painting will take me a little while to complete. So let's try the airbrush. I mean, I have an airbrush machine which is here. I haven't used it in a long time. I don't tend to use it very much because it sprays into the air a lot, and there are things you have to do to make sure you can get the best out of the use of the airbrush. So it's not my favorite thing to use, and know that I'm only using it for convenience. And thankfully the black we have is very little, so there's not a lot we can do in terms of airbrushing, but I'm just going to focus on using that for highlights, and then we'll see. Okay, so let's see. This is my black color. It's gone to sleep because when you don't use it for a while, it kind of like evaporates. So I do not even know how much black I have here, but I'm going to try. Okay, let's see. Okay, oh, okay. Like I said, I'm just using it as highlights. Can you see a doggy? Here's the thing about an airbrush. It's amazing for detail. Oh, okay. I'm losing some of the airbrush. Can you see a doggy? Okay, let me just switch this off for a minute. Right, what do you think? Should we add some more detail? Okay, right. Should we highlight the nose? Okay. Okay, there we have it. I don't want to, like I said, I'm keeping true to my word to make sure that the details are achievable. I mean, the fondant has already done much of the texture for me. So I don't want to do any more than it's needed. Can we see a dog? Right? So the airbrush is more for The airbrush is more for highlight and detail, and then we can focus on the eye. And I think, surprisingly, that will be our dog cake done, our puppy. Okay, let's see. Okay, so what I am going to do is get myself it's a dressing tool, just to kind of like dig into some of the details here. Okay, there you have it. Christina is asking if people or dog. Nobody's gonna eat it, Chris. Nobody is, because it's made from scrap cake. Okay, if it was a doggy cake, that would be different, wouldn't it? But it's not a doggy cake. It's actually, if anybody were to order this cake, I guess it will be somebody who loves a dog and wants a replica of their own dog, if you like. Okay, there you go. Right, that's our doggy cake, sort of. Let's make sure the airbrush is out of the way now. Now what we are left is to fix the eyes. Now okay, I am not going to fix the eyes right now. You know why? Because the cake, the dog is wet. I don't want to be messing around with it. The eyes needs sculpting, so we are going to leave it as that. And then when it's set, on our next session we'll just add the eyes, because the eyes will make or break the dog. Whatever we think, the eye will make or break it. So we need to get the eye right, and I think I've already done enough today to kind of make our dog. What do you think so far? Now let's judge our dog, people. Oh God, yeah, I think I've got that. That's the reason why I don't like airbrush. It goes everywhere. Okay, people. Bring your judging eyes. No pun intended. Forget about the eyes not being there and think, do we see a dog? Is it your dog? What do you want to do with it? Let me just get some tissue. Right, so here we are. Okay, there you go. And we have this. And what I'm doing is just wipe this over. Look like a hog roast. Yeah. I mean, I won't blame you if you thought our doggy looked like a hog roast. I mean, I've told you myself, isn't it? Okay, so let's... I like texture. I don't like one dimension look at all. Look at... See what I mean by the cake is still wet? It is wet because I'm just dabbing parts of the airbrush color out to kind of even the detail. And it's kind of... Okay. Okay. Just, yeah. Picking this detail out so that it's a lot more, so it's not sitting. Okay. Yeah, then the nose. Yeah, there you have it. Okay. The airbrushing is so fancy. Yamira, you're back. Hello there. Okay. It's a hog roast. It's a hog roast with a small tail. It's a hog roast. I'm sure when we put the eyes, we will get it. But we have to get the eye right. One wrong mistake with the eye and this will look rather sketchy. Okay? So perhaps whilst we're at it, let's think about the mood of this dog. Is it going to be grumpy? Is it going to be just... Oh, well, we don't get to decide because sometimes the detail will decide for itself, wouldn't it? I'm so happy because I was so worried about my doggy. And now I'm so happy with my dog. Okay. That's the doggy. The doggy just like... Oh. I will make a cute doggy, wouldn't I? Okay. Anyway, that's our doggy and its ears over there. Give it like a look in. Right. Glad it's okay. Glad it's okay. It's okay. Stop bothering. Maybe a sleepy doggy. Yep. I think a sleepy doggy will be great. There's only a gray line between sleepy and a horrid. Okay. Oh, Texas is so hot, my darling. Just enjoy the sunshine, okay? Are you barbecuing? My hands are like okay, there you go. Let me wipe my hands. Where is the... Okay, yeah, let me wipe my hands. Okay. I am also worried if I let the eyes be and then it dries up, I am going to struggle to fit the eyes properly. Oh, the dilemma of an artist, right? Okay, let's see. I had yeah. What I have done is I have printed some of the doggy eyes here. The thing is, you never know. Let's see. Let me see. Okay, let's see. And then maybe I need to get my brush out. And then where is my brown color? Sometimes this is what trial and error looks like, you know. Trying something, not sure what it will end up at, but having faith in it nonetheless. Look, it's got blue eyes. Who knows a doggy with blue eyes? No, not necessarily. Okay. Did I tell you that the eyes will make or break this thing? I told you I can't paint very well, so that's my weakness, painting. Okay. I kind of feel like this is very scary, but I'm trying it nonetheless. And we'll see. We've got that in there. So I'm trying to see what I can use to attach this properly without it coming off. Yep, I see what I've got. Sometimes you have to think outside the box. I've got corn syrup. Would I ever think of using corn syrup to attach an eye of a pet dog? No. Why do I need that? Because of its sticky nature. Will I get it right? I don't know. Weird. Oh God, it's melting. The gelatin is melting. And then we'll fill the rest. Can you see what I'm seeing? Okay. I'm scared to take this off just in case this is too big. Okay. Okay, I am trying to fit the gelatin eye, and I am having slight trouble doing that because the size doesn't fit. Okay. All right, I might just have to fill the rest with fondant. Let's. Okay, just stick with me. Because the temptation is that if I leave it, I might be forced to do it off channel, and I don't want to rob you the chance to see exactly how to do the eye. So we've done the gelatin bit, but it means I have to fill the eye out so that I can carve the detail. So we have the eye inside, so let's see. I'm going to have to fill it out, carve it, and then paint the rest of the detail out. So we are literally remodeling the dog's eye. The name suggestion continues. If I'm quiet, it's because I'm concentrating on the details. So bear with me. I'm not ignoring you at all. This, I promise you, is harder than you think. But I am determined to kind of show you the flaws and the difficulties of the journey so that you know that even we pros can struggle sometimes. Okay. So whatever I wanted for the dog is now not an option. I have to work with what I have, which is that the gelatin limits what can fit the eye. So I'm going to have to work with the gelatin. So I'm literally carving the eye out. But at least we have some detail to the eye here. And then the detail, let's see. Where is the brown? Okay. I'll go for some black airbrushing. See if I can get it. When I tell you my painting is not great, I am not a very patient painter. Painting requires a level of patience. Sometimes when you're painting something, you have to grade and layer the colors, and I am not patient at all. At least I know my weakness. Can you see the dog's one eye? Can you see that eye? It's okay. It's okay. For those of you who are just joining, or those of you who missed what we were doing with the dogs, it's okay. I mean, I didn't think we will get as much detail on the dog as much as we've done today, right? So one last thing, I'm gonna push this back. Okay, let's see. I know you can't see what I'm doing. Okay, can you see the dog's eye? I know you said a little bit. I'm bringing it close so we can all see. Because we're going to have to layer the eye detail. Can you see the eye? Okay, you can see when you move the chat out of the way. Yes, that's exactly me too. Okay. Let me see. Yep. I can see when I move the eye out of the... Okay. What do you think about the eye? I mean, if you look at the difference, one eye is done, one eye isn't. So... Okay. So the one eye that is done, has it made a difference to the face of the dog? Okay. Right. I think it's a grumpy dog anyway, so... Okay. So we're going to do the next eye. Can you see the clear difference between the eyes with the gelatin eye in here and no eye in there? So if I had gone to paint the eye by hand, I don't think I would have gotten as close to the detail I have right now. So I am quite happy. Oh, Prawn says, okay, Prawn, I love your description of the eye, because the eye can make or break the thing, you know. And Prawn says he's gone from his eyes giving he's seen too much to a more youthful curiosity. Okay, I guess my job is done. Let's get the second eye in and see how far we get with this. Okay, same detail. So I am just adding some corn syrup, and then we'll get the closest oval shape eye. Okay, this will be the closest oval shape. Now we'll try and press that in. Okay, please eye, get in there and do what you're supposed to be doing. Okay, okay. Right, this is going to be a little bit challenging, but we'll get there. Okay, let's dig this in. Okay, yep. Them gelatin eyes are not easy, you know. Okay, now I'm gonna have to dig this to fit the gelatin eye. Okay, right. And then I'm going to get some fondant to kind of work it. I know you can't see what I'm doing. If you want to see the details of what I am doing, bear with me. You'll see it in a minute. Because the gelatin eye won't fit into the socket directly. So I'm going to have to create a border to keep it in. Okay, there you go. So, yeah. Okay, so we are back to carving the eye detail again. If I am quiet, I'm having to apologize, especially to those of you who are just joining the chat. I'm not ignoring you at all. This requires a lot more focus from me to get this right. It's probably best one of the eye is covered. That is one grumpy dog. That is one very, very grumpy dog. You should lower the eyes a little bit. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's lower the eyes. Good vibes. What do you mean by lower the eyes a bit? Do you mean I should press down the socket or move the location of the eye altogether below? I just want to understand, lower the eye a bit so that I can adjust it accordingly. Good vibes. I think our dog has a wonky eye. Move the location of the eye sockets lower to give him a bit of a forehead. good vibes, that requires a whole movement of the face. That's going to be a little harder than you think, because remember, we set where the eyes would be from when we carved the cake, so we can't suddenly move it away because the form is made already. Does that make sense? Remember yesterday when we did these bits with the chocolate molds, we can't suddenly move the eyes all together. I guess that is saying our doggy's eyes needs work doing. That is, you know what, that is the joy of this project, because then you get to try something first time, you learn your lesson. And if I were to do this over again, it looks like a grumpy dog. It looks like a grumpy dog. Could it be better? Yes. Am I happy with it? Sort of. Do I want to do something with it? A little bit. Am I okay if I can't? Sure. Have we achieved the goal? Just about. Okay, people, look, I'm going to stop bothering with the doggy. What do you think of our doggy? Looks like a hog roast. I have had to take the eye out. I do not like the gelatin look of the second eye. It looks wonky. The first eye fitted incorrectly, but the second one is a little bit problematic. So I'm going to try again. See if I can get this to sit in right for me. Okay, that seems sort of better, but still. I think we're gonna have to come back and do the other eye. For now, I'm gonna have to leave it. It's bothering me, but I don't want to spend all my time doing that. So we still have an eye to go. Let's see. Okay, my people, we have a super grumpy dog whose eyes are wonky. Why do I kind of feel like the snout is bigger than I would have liked it? Suddenly you look at the dog and you want to make changes to it. Let's see. Right. We still have a few things to do. I can't really take it seriously because it looks like it's a hog roast. Plus, I'll tell you what, from an artist's point of view, I would improve from this angle, right? I can't see the neck. I can't see the neck. So it just looks like one long piggy. And then the eye is a little bit scary. That is my honest view of my own work, because I am not too big to kind of look at my own work and be like, I want to improve this. So we're still here, right? Let's tidy up. We're done for today, okay? I have some decisions to make about our little doggy here. Whether I want to continue with it or I want to strip parts and remold the face. I don't know. Just the thing is, we are here to kind of present a raw moment of the decorating process. So for instance, if I was making this cake for a customer, right? And I got to some aspects of the cake and I thought, I don't think the customer will like it. And I don't think I would like it. What would I do with it? I wouldn't just pretend it's okay and just move on, would I? I'll have to do something with it. And right now, that's the feeling I have. I'm looking at it and thinking, I want to do something to this cake because there's something that I am not so sure about, if you like. But I'm not going to make that decision just right now because that's how I feel. Sometimes you're going to have to let things sit and then you can think about it and look at how, even if you decide that you are going to retouch some aspects of it, that requires thoughts. You can't just go stripping the cake or pulling things away because you don't like it. You're gonna have to think about how you are going to do it and reset the cake so that it can be redone. And that is a raw part of the cake decorating process. So with that in mind, am I happy with my doggy cake? Perhaps so far. I think it requires a bit more work. I am not sure yet. So we're going to have to leave it to sit completely. And then when I decide how or what I need to do about it, we will come back and we will continue. That's what we're going to do. So right now, we're going to leave it as that. And what I'm going to do is pack up. I know this tutorial has been so intense that you haven't been able to talk to me as much as you would like. And for that, I am so sorry. I know Lollipop and a few of you have had to kind of move on and do other things. My hope is that I will be here. Today is Wednesday. So tomorrow, and then tomorrow would have been the last day, as in Tuesday through to Thursday. But I am hoping I'll be back on Friday so that we will finish the cake tomorrow, hopefully. And then Friday we can catch up. So I will look back at the charts and what I have missed. And then we can actually catch up on all of that properly. Okay? So don't you worry if you missed catching up and talking to me today. Okay? I am so sorry. Sometimes these tutorials, especially when I'm undertaking a new project, can be so time consuming. And I understand that. So I am so sorry I haven't stayed interactive as much as you would like. I miss it too. When I kind of like go into my world and just start focusing solely on the cake, I miss the fun. Because the focus takes away the fun part as well. So, yeah, I really appreciate you sticking it out with me today. Gomez, you say it's beautiful. I've literally stood here giving you a whole lecture about what I want to do differently. But hey, I guess perspectives are different. So thank you, by the way, Gomez. Oh, Gomez is saying hi, beautiful. Not hi, beautiful. Gomez, hello. Thank you. let's okay, good people. I've missed a lot of the chat. Your neighbor is getting married for the 10th. I have kind of missed the fun chat. My neighbor is getting married for the 10th time, and I've started to think she just likes throwing weddings. She literally stopped to ask if I could do her grazing tables again. God, I have missed out on such fun chats. God, so for the 10th time. After the second one, do you not just throw in the towel and be like, I'm not good at this? Or the 10th time is more like hyperbolic, is it? Ardy, you were awful. I'm just being sarcastic, okay? Because by the second time, you should be like, okay, I'm not good at this. Let's be done. Because you're meant to do this just once, okay? Okay, my people. Our doggy hasn't got a neck. And he is so grumpy. Okay, he is super, super grumpy. He's like, okay. I think I have pushed the snout in. Okay, let's see. See, when I said there is something wrong with my doggy. Okay. Okay, I have pushed the snout in to give it a small snout. Okay. And then we can bring down. Okay. Is that better? I guess I'm on my own on this island of me and my doggy. Okay. All right. Yeah. Double-edged sword. Thank you. I think we need to tackle the eyes properly so that the detail stands out. Otherwise, my insecurity about the doggy is in my head. Okay, I am sure I could improve on this if I was tackling a few doggy cakes more often. But I mean, this is my first time, so I mean, I'm not mad about it. But we need to do something with the eyes to kind of get the dog to look a little bit chirpy. Because the look at this moment in time, the dog looks like, girl, what have you done to me? Tapita says, I'm only getting married once. Is that not what it's supposed to be? Once and you're done. It's not supposed to be like, go, what do you call it? Go window shopping and come back. I cannot forget the fact that she said, my neighbor is getting married for the 10th time. And I'm thinking, is that sarcasm or that is just like really getting married for the 10th time? Anyway, that's our dog, my people. Tabitha, you you have had the most imaginations about our dog. So what do you think, Tapita? Tapita said, a friend of mine is on her third husband. Another one. Tapita. Tapita said, you know what? Tapita, as long as doggy looks like a dog, that's all I care about. I mean, the dog can look like a pig on the back. As long as it looks like a dog from the front, I'm just happy with that. That's all. Okay? It's a dog. It's my dog. I don't care what you think. Have you seen a dog that is so ugly? You're like, what? Who owns this thing? That's me right here. Okay? I'm gonna stick with my dog. God. He is so awful though, people. Gladys, be kind to the dog. Gladys, be kind. Be kind to Walrus. I think we could call it Walrus, as in the name Walrus, not the animal Walrus. Okay? We can call it anything. I still have hope for this dog. Good vibes. Good vibe, Bika. I think you have hope in the dog owner. Good vibes has. Good vibes has hopes in the dog owner to revive the dog and change its mood. Yeah, never you mind. Tapita says it's a dog on the front. Let's see. Tapita says it's a dog on the front and a piggy on the back. I think what doggy really needs is to touch the garment of the Savior for a transformation. I think that is what the doggy really needs. The doggy needs, you know, the doggy needs to have the faith of the woman with the issue of the blood, so that the doggy can touch the garment of the Savior and have a full transformation. So the part of the doggy that looks like a piggy can suddenly look like a full-on dog, and that will be creation complete. Okay, that's all. So, or the doggy owner needs to go and ask the Savior for a miracle. Dear God, my dog doesn't look right. What can we do? And he will tell me, you go and touch it with a wand and all will be all right. That's all. That's all. But otherwise, the dog is looking at you people. Those of you who are taking the mickey out of it, the dog is looking at you like, I see you. Okay? The dog will be like, I see you. Never you mind. Never you mind. I'm loving my dog. But good people, it's 5 to 6, okay? Let's come back tomorrow and finish up our dog. I'll post some photos on the community posts. And I'll see how I feel about this dog. If I want to do anything different to kind of change it a little bit, you will be first to know. But we'll be back tomorrow, same time. No, tomorrow we will be back earlier than 3 because I've got somewhere to be for 4 o'clock. So, yeah, as always, thank you for all the fun. Our dog is not done yet, okay? Our dog is not done yet. There's still more to do before we can get the details right. So go have a great time and I'll see you soon. Good vibes, Tapeta, Lollipop, Nick, everyone, Tatiana, all of you who stopped by now and earlier, sending you my appreciation always, and happy baking. I'll see you soon.